Hello students. Today we are going to start the revision series for CBSE Term 1 examination and starting with the first lesson. First lesson is called Revision Tour of Python. This lesson contains basics of Python which we have already covered in class 11th. Lesson starts with tokens. What are tokens? Tokens are the smallest individual unit of a program. A token can be a curly brace, a bracket, an inverted comma, or maybe the word for. Tokens are also called lexical units, and these tokens are classified into 5 different categories. They are keywords, operators, identifiers, literal, and punctuators. All of these categories we are going to learn in detail. First one is keyword. What is a keyword? Keyword are the words which are having unique meaning in Python. A word having special meaning reserved by the programming language Python. They are called keyword. If you want to find out what all are the keywords for Python language, you can import the module keyword by typing import keyword and then call the function kwlist. Then you will get the list of keywords permitted for Python. I recommend all the students 1 or 2 times go through all the keywords given in this keyword list so that if in multiple choice question one of the question normally arises, find out which cannot be a keyword or which can be a keyword from the following. So if you are aware about all these keywords which are permitted for Python, then you will be able to identify the answer very easily. Now moving on to next category. Next category is identifiers. What are identifiers? These are the names given to different parts of the program by the user, by the programmer. So there are some rules for naming the identifiers. The rules are an identifier shouldn't be a keyword. So programmer must be aware of all the keywords of Python language. Then only a programmer can correctly choose an identifier. Then an identifier name must start with an alphabet. An identifier name must start with an alphabet. Even underscore is allowed. No special symbols are allowed except underscore. Numbers are allowed but not as a first character. Moving on to next category, which is called literals. Literals are the items that have a fixed or constant value. So here we are talking about constant values of a program. So these constant values are assigned by the programmer during coding. What all are the literals permitted for Python? They are string literals, numeric literals, Boolean literals, and special literals. So literals are again having some categories. 4 categories of literals are there. String literals, numeric literals, Boolean literals, and special literal. Moving on to next category of literals, string literals. String literals are classified as single line strings, multi-line strings, and escape sequences. Single line strings means closing quotes of the string must be in the same line. That can be a double inverted comma or single inverted comma. Both are same. Now, multi-line strings means you can use triple inverted comma or triple single inverted comma to create multi-line strings. These strings can span to multiple lines. Now, escape sequence. Escape sequences are double backslash, backslash inverted comma, backslash single inverted comma, backslash a, backslash b, backslash v, backslash n, backslash t, backslash f, etc. Next is numeric literals. Numeric literals are classified into 3. This is where we deal with numbers. So these 3 categories are going to deal with numbers only. First category is integer literals. In integer literal category, it is again classified as decimal integers, octal, and hexadecimal integers. Decimal integers means they are normal numbers, unlimited range, normal numbers without any fractional part. They are called decimal integers. Then octal numbers. How can we represent octal numbers? This octal number must start with a 0 and then the letter O, then the number. That represents octal number. Examples are given here. 0076 is an example of octal number. 00453 is an example of octal number. Then hexadecimal numbers. These are the numbers which starts with 0 followed by character X, then the number. 0x34 is the number, hexadecimal number. 0x987 is an example of hexadecimal number. Now, next type of next type of literals are floating point literals. Floating point literals are the numbers which are having decimal point values. The numbers like 13.4, 7.56. Here examples are given. Minus 689.74. To indicate negative numbers are also allowed. 0.125 is also a valid floating point integer. Complex numbers. Python also allows complex numbers to be represented in their form like a plus bj. In the same format, you can represent the complex numbers. The next two categories are Boolean literals and special literal. Boolean literal contains only two values, that is true and false. Students, you have to take care that the first character of true is capital T. The first character of false is capital F. That has to be taken care. Now, special literal, we have only one special literal in Python, which is none. When we write a is equal to none, that indicates a is a variable existing in this code, but it doesn't point to any memory location. Now, the next category of tokens are operators. We have 9 different types of operators in Python. First category is arithmetic operator, then bitwise operator, identity operator, relational operators, logical operators, membership operators, assignment operator, shift operators, arithmetic assignment operators. So all these categories we have learned in detail in class 11th. Now presently we are not discussing about these operators in detail. If required, we will discuss it in later classes. Next literal is, next keyword is punctuators. Punctuators are the symbols used in programming, like curly brace, like a comma, a colon, a dot. All these special characters or the symbols which have some meaning in program are called punctuators. So here we have concluded with the keyword category of Python. Moving on to next topic. Python allows dynamic typing. What is dynamic typing? A variable, if you have a variable x and you have assigned a value 25 to that variable, which is an integer. So you must be expecting that x will be an integer holding a value 25. Now, if you assign a new value, which is a string, HELLO, hello in inverted comma, we have assigned this new value to the same variable x. Is this valid? Yes, this is valid. This is what is called dynamic typing of Python. Python allows dynamic typing. The same variable can be used to point to different types of values. Multiple assignments. Python allows multiple assignments. We can do multiple assignments in two different types. One is assigning same value to multiple variables, assigning multiple values to multiple variables. So if you write a equal to b equal to c equal to 10, that means the value 10 is now represented by a, b and also by c. Or else I will say a, b and c now looking into the value 10. So if you try to print the content inside A, you will get the value 10 as output. If you try to print the content inside C, you will also get the value 10 as output. In assigning multiple values to multiple variables, If you write a comma b comma c equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30, the values, the r values, that the right values will be assigned to the left value in sequential order. Like we have written a comma b comma c equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30. 10 will be assigned to the first variable a, 20 will be assigned to the second variable b, and 30 will be assigned to the third variable c. Suppose in case you want to skip one of the variable, you can write a comma underscore comma c equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30. In this case, underscore will be omitted by from assigning a value. That means a will be assigned 10. For underscore, no value will be assigned. For c, the value 30 will be assigned. Let's look into some questions now. First question is, the output of Python statement type false. Type is a function which will return data type of the given variable. Type false will be returning the data type of the literal false. We know that data type of the literal true and false is Boolean. So the option B, class bool, is the correct answer. Identify valid identifiers, of course, from the following list. Option A, roll hyphen no. Hyphen cannot be allowed in an identifier name since no special symbols can be allowed in a variable name. Next option is break. We know that break is a keyword, but the break which we are talking about or which is there in the keyword list is having all small case letters. Here option B is having a break which have capital letter B. So it can be a variable name. So it is a valid identifier name. Moving on to third option, pass. Pass is a keyword. So keywords cannot be identifier name. So pass is an invalid identifier. The last option is DOB. DOB can be an valid identifier since it doesn't have any special symbols. It is not a keyword. So DOB is a correct option. So for the question number 2, correct answers are break and DOB. Option B and option D. Read the following statement and choose the correct statement. This is question number 3. Statement 1 is, a variable holding a value of a certain data type can be made to point towards a variable of different data type. Here we are talking about dynamic typing in Python. Statement 2 is, Python keywords can be used as function name. Function names are identifier name, both are same. Variable names, function name are part of identifier names only. So Python keywords can be used as a function name will not be correct because keywords cannot be used as identifier names. So option A is 1 is correct and 2 is wrong. Both are correct. Option B says. Option C, 1 is wrong and 2 is correct. Option D, both are wrong. So we know that dynamic typing is allowed. So option 1 is correct and option 2 is wrong. So the option A is the correct answer. Question number 4. Which of the following is not a keyword? Assert, non-local, pass, eval. So I already have reminded you students that you 1 or 2 times you go through the list of keywords and then you will be able to answer these kind of questions. Here assert is a keyword, non-local is a keyword, pass is also a keyword. Eval is not a keyword, it's a name of the function. So option D, eval, is the correct answer. Here we are winding up the first unit, revision 2 of Python part 1. We will be continuing with the part 2. Until then, keep learning.